Christmas for DJ.
It's so pretty. Just look at all the terrain and everything. It's so nice. Oh, so excited. Welcome back, all our 40K fanatics out there. I'm DJ.
And I'm Lane.
And this is the giant, and I mean giant, Kill Team box set, which has absolutely nothing to do with our Warhammer 40K game that we're playing today. We just wanted to show everyone here that we were lucky enough to, we got one of the boxes.
It took some doing. The first place we pre-ordered from didn't ran out or didn't get allocated enough of them.
Yeah.
So it took a little doing to find one.
So we put the hunt out there. We got one, and that means Necron terrain coming soon, and new Death Watch Kill Team. We'll see how those guys show up and what rules they get because of how they're set up, as well as the Geomancer and all his Necron glory. But man, I just, looking at this terrain, looking at the back of the box and everything, it's going to be nice.
You going to make me play Kill Team? Is that what's going to happen?
You know, that's the thing. I got the book, so I'm going to look through and see what this Kill Team's all about. But one thing I did want to say about this, because, you know, we give GW a lot of slack, but they really do put out a quality product. Like all the things and how this is included. And one thing Lane didn't even notice, there's actually, I don't know if you can see them on camera, there's these little holes on the front of the box. So when you close the box and the air goes out of it and everything, they have air holes in the box. So GW does put out a quality product. I mean, really. But today, speaking of GW, we are here to play Warhammer 40K, which some of you may feel it's not been up to par as of late. There's been some changes to the game that we've seen over the edition that we have been very upset about. Well, today will be our first battle report with one big change. There's no challenger cards in Warhammer.
No catch-up mechanic. Oh my gosh, how will we play a competitive game of 40K without a catch-up mechanic? I don't know if I can do it.
Now, there's a couple of secondaries that I feel probably could use the tweaking with a point here or there. But a lot of the secondaries now, with them completing at the end of your turn, the only thing it does is it takes a little bit of power away from the player who goes second, which honestly, there was even more power giving to the person who was going second. So, you know, is this ever going to be 100% perfect? No. Challenger cards, as much as I talked about tech with them and utilizing them because we had them there, I will say I am happy they're gone.
Yeah, I don't think they're necessary, especially the way they use them. There are some ideas because the secondary cards are so swingy in the first turn or two, while you're kind of establishing your board presence, that sometimes in your turn one, you just pull impossible to score secondaries, which can be a bummer. So having some kind of catch-up mechanic there is good. But by the time we get to the last round of the game, and if someone's behind by 6 points, they get a challenger card, just full of feels bads. So I'm glad they're gone. I think they should do something to tweak the round one draws of the tactical secondaries to give people some flexibility with that or something. But other than that, it's fine. We don't need them. Goodbye, challenger cards. I mean, if you like challenger cards, you can still play with them. They're still there. The cards still exist. I haven't burnt mine. They're still there, so you can play them if you want to. I just think for competitive play, they're not a good thing. They create a lot of feels bad. So
these are gone. But I agree, and I think real easy way to fix it. Turn one, you draw 3 secondaries. And you keep 2 and could shuffle 1 back.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's really a simple fix like that. Just you can, on turn 1, you draw 3, shuffle 1 back in. So you can still get it later, but you at least have that option. Yeah, you could still get a bad draw. You can get a bad draw at any time in the game. But at turn 1, it does get a little difficult, especially when you're crammed in your deployment zone. If you move out to score your secondaries, you overexpose your army, and then your opponent just obliterates you, doesn't care about secondaries, and goes, I believe it's the line you like to use a lot. I don't have to worry about scoring secondaries if my opponent has no units to stop me. So that's a definite part of it. But as well with these balanced data slates. Now, for the most part, most armies got some decent tweaks. I will say there were some cool things. World Eaters with the Exalted 8-bound now got a good boost. Angron down to 360.
That's pretty cheap.
Oh, that's scary. That's getting scary columns. And Land Raiders across the board dropping in points.
My Death Guard Land Raider didn't go down, though. I was so disappointed.
Oh, it did?
Everybody else's Land Raider went down 20 points. Custodes, Space Marines. Nope, not my Death Guard. Come on, guys. Death Guard need a points drop.
Right. 220 points on those Land Raider las cannons is going to be really interesting, especially as a gun platform. But one of, I think, the biggest winner, my opinion, from the data slates is the army I'm playing to get today, and that is the Adeptus Mechanicus. AdMech. Huge change to everything. What a lot of the swingy mechanics that AdMech had in the past with D3 shots, D3 sustain, D3, 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 all that stuff is gone pretty much, and down to a lot more flat rate damage. Some boosts in some AP, and the biggest of all, Belzerius Call. When he once had an ability that allowed an aura to get +1 to hit. So not only did you need to stay near call, but it was only +1 to hit. Now we got Oath of Moment. Well, most of it. But we basically just pick a unit and our army can reroll hits into it. This is huge across different armies. This mechanic is going to make our weapons a lot more reliable, a lot stronger, especially with all the other changes. AdMech is getting a little more complicated to play. It's starting to turn into an army that I feel like I'm going to need cheat sheets to know, okay, but then there's this phase and marking things down. But it now, I feel like it's back on the menu. And today I'm running the Cybernetic Cohort. We'll talk about that more in a bit. That's for me. That's what I see now of the balanced data slates. I think AdMech is the big winner. But Lane, you went a little different route.
Well, I was going to run my Death Watch because Death Watch, almost all the kill teams, other than the Terminators, got a points drop. And I love my Death Watch, but I've said a few of the units seemed a little too expensive to be useful. They kind of corrected that. And building a Death Watch list can be tough because all your units are big and expensive. Mm-hmm. So 20-point drop on Indominators, 15-point drop on the Talon Strike, 20 points on Fortis and Spectrus. So definitely some flexibility there. I was going to run that this week, but DJ decided to bring in an anti-tank list. And my Death Watch list had no tanks in it. So we decided to save him that, and I'm bringing an Iron Hands list. We're running a couple Land Raiders with Lascans because their points did go down. We're running a couple Redemptors because their points did go down. And we're bringing Gilman, and his points did go up. But overall, this list I'm running dropped 50 points, even with Gilman's going up. So a little more flexibility here. Really, I'm just trying to run my Iron Hedgehog I tried running a couple weeks ago, where I put some Eliminators into an Impulsor and use the Mercy's Weakness strat on that unit. We'll see if I can get it to pop off this week. Didn't get a chance to use it last time. So that's really it. Just throwing I really want to see if the Land Raiders are functional now as a gun platform, a durable gun platform, now that it went down in points. I think the Vindicators are probably still better, but we're going to put them to test today. All
right. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at these lists real quick and talk about what we're planning on doing with these things. So, Lane, let's see these Marines.
If you want to know more about our armies, the detachments, the data sheets, the stratagems, the enhancements, and how we plan to use everything, please check out our separate army list videos. But for now, here is a quick rundown. I have exactly 2,000 points. I think it's 2,000 points. I had to do a little math, guys. If I'm off by 5, don't get mad at me. Exactly 2,000 points of Ultramarines in the Iron Storm Spearhead Detachment. We've got Robute Gilman leading the way, along with 2 Tech Marines. My Primaris Tech Marine will have the Target Augury Web enhancement. We do have a 5-man Intercessors, 2 Impulsors. I put the Orbital Comms Array on these guys to refund some CP. I do have 1 3-man of Flamer Aggressors, 2 3-mans of Eliminators with Las Fusils all the way around, 1 squad of Hellblasters, 2 Land Raiders, Godhammer Las Cannon Land Raiders, 2 Redemptors with the Macroplasma Incinerators, and then 1 Scout Squad. DJ, what are you bringing today?
All right, so I am bringing the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Cybernetic Cohort. So for this list, in the infantry column, I have 2 5-man squads of infiltrators since I got AP1 for the balanced data slates. I have 2 9-man squads of the Servitor Battlecade, I believe is what it's called. This is the kill team unit, and it's 60 points for 9 dudes that most of them have a 6-up invuln. We'll see how they do today. And then we have our 4-man of Castellan robots, all punchy, with a Data Smith, 2 Engine Seers, 2 Scorpius Disintegrators with a Firmite Cannon, 2 Onager Dune Crawlers with the Neutron Laser, Belzerius Call, big boy Belzerius Call, and one of my favorite units, we have 6, which is going to be 3 2-man units of Sidonian Dragoons. So, as Lane mentioned, he was going to run an infantry list. I think AdMech is back on the... Sorry, kids running upstairs. I think that AdMech is back on the table with this whole balanced data slate update. A lot of it was some of the D3s and such all kind of went away, so we have more reliable damage. Now, for me, I haven't played AdMech in a while. So Cybernetic Cohort is the one I'm most familiar with. I've looked through some of the other ones. Not a lot of things have popped out to impress me. What impresses me most of this detachment, we'll talk about it more as the game goes on and in the post game, is my ability to spread out a lot of the weapons, damage, boosts, stratagems, etc., etc. And for aspects like bring it down, one of the things that hurt me before, you take 3 Dragoons, it's 6 points on fixed. You take 2 Dragoons in a unit, it's only 2 points on fixed because they're 7 wounds apiece and they fall just under that cap of 15 wounds. However, that meant using stratagems, you're only using them on 1 unit. Now, with this new Oath of Moment mechanic, I feel a lot of power with it. So, if this works out well, then yes, I'm going to need to run into some infantry. I need to go into some bad matchups. But I could go into a good bad matchup with Marines and end up winning and going, wow, this is great. And then take this into tanks and vehicles and go, wow, this is horrible. So it's better to make sure that my good matchup is a good matchup before looking at the bad matchups. So, and as far as you mentioned the Iron Hedgehog.
The Iron Hedgehog. So I'm throwing 6 Eliminators with Las Fusils into an Impulsor. The Tech Marine that gives lethal hits is going to poke it. So it'll be hitting on 2s and lethaling on 6s. And then we use the Mercy's Weakness strat to give us lethals and sustains on 5-ups. Of course, it'll be hitting on 2s, so we shoot in the Oath and target, and we just fish for those 5-ups. To hopefully get a lot of damage out. And then once in my opponent's turn, when they shoot at it and destroy it, hopefully I've placed it near a wall. So when the Eliminators hop out after it's destroyed, they hop out on the other side of the wall. And they have another Impulsor waiting back there and just do it again. So it's a damage output piece, but also a strong trade piece because if my opponent kills an 80-point transport, I'm not going to be that sad about it.
Right on. So, sorry, this is a little bit winded. Obviously, coming off the balanced data slates, there was a lot more to talk about with it this week. There's going to be a lot more that we're able to talk about in the future. Again, like World Eaters had a big shift. We'll talk about that more when we play them on the channel. Necrons too, as Lane mentioned, Deathwatch, Custodes. That's kind of where the list you were building, your vehicle-based list. You said that dropped a bit of points. We have a lot of
down 40 points. Yeah, the Land Raider got cheaper, and for some reason,
when Custodes get cheaper, it's scary.
Yeah,
yeah. When Custodes get cheaper, it's scary. So there's a lot of cool stuff that we have in the future to mess with. I like this balanced data slate. It's got me excited about some armies more so than the previous one. But right now, we need to get these armies on the table. Lane, odd or even?
Even.
Do you ever pick odd anymore?
No.
Probably should have today. Oh, look at that. Most important dice roll, right? Okay, so do you have any infiltrators?
Yep, scouts.
I do as well. So I actually will deploy first because I have infiltrators and I want to take up board presence before Lane does. So with that, we'll be back after deployment. All right, we are deployed. Lane, what are we doing here today?
We are playing the even more glorious game of Warhammer 40,000. We are in the Crucible of Battle deployment. And then we are playing Purge the Foe, which is, of course, hold 1, hold more, kill 1, kill more. 4 points if you hold an objective, for another 4 if you hold more than your opponent. And for the battle round, you get 4 points for killing a unit and 4 more points if you've killed more units than your opponent.
All right, so for deployment, I am all on board, and we are we're taking up some defense, taking up some terrain, and just kind of ready to go. We do have a strat that gives us +3 move and +1 charge, so that's going to be kind of nice for some of our units. And our Cybernetic, our robots, already get +2 to their base move characteristic off the detachment. So just kind of across the board, we got the Onager, Scorpius over here. We got both of our Servitor squads in here ready to move out and try and do objectives and actions and stuff. Call is hanging out back here, calling the shots. See what I did there? Call. Get it?
Was I supposed to laugh?
Get it?
After that? Is that what the
You know what? I was
for?
actually pausing for all of our viewers who were dying hysterically with my comedy approach. Tech Priest over here, as well as another Tech Priest over here with the same combination, Onager and Dune Rider. Then we just got a bunch of the Dragoons all hanging out to move forward and take up space. Robots back here, infiltrators over here and over here. Just slightly outside my deployment zone to move on to those objectives if we need to turn 1. That's really about it. So Lane, what were you thinking?
Well,
What were you thinking?
I don't want to get shot right away, so that's what I was thinking. I've got one Redemptor in reserve. I might throw a little cheeky rapid ingress on him so we can go and mix it up. But over here, we've got a Land Raider. I don't have all the las cannon bits for my Land Raiders, but both Land Raiders are the las cannon variants. So we got him with 3 aggressors inside, ready to go punch something. We got a Redemptor Dreadnought there as well, ready to move forward. Inside the building here in the midboard, we've got some scouts. Maybe we'll get area denial turn 1. Who knows? Like, so we got an empty Land Raider, we've got Gilliman and a Tech Marine here, and then we've got my 2 Impulsors, one of which has 6 Eliminators, one has 5 Hellblasters, and we have the Tech Marine with the lethal enhancement. And of course, we've got 5 Intercessors on our deployment zone objective.
All right. So now, because of the change in data with the cards gone, the Challenger cards, I feel like I can ask this question again. Do you want to go first or second in this matchup?
I don't know. Either one's probably fine.
I'd like the first option to be able to spread out a little bit. I don't like my opening where I'm kind of jammed in there a bit, so I wouldn't mind going first, kind of spread out a bit if I have that preference. So, all right, let's let the dice decide. And I don't get my wish, which is okay. I will be going second. So, Lane, do you have any scout moves?
Sure, I got scouts.
All right, so Lane's got a scout move. And I think we can just move right into it. So it's time to play the game. All right, Lane, what's going on?
For turn 1, I pulled extend battle lines and recover assets. Pretty easy couple of points to score here. I tried to advance my aggressors out of the Land Raider onto the objective over here, but they didn't make it. So they just stayed safe there. The scouts are going to have to go out and... yeah, they're going to have to go out and die, but they're going to recover assets. They're going to extend my battle lines and score me some points, and they will die gloriously for the Emperor as Gilliman looks on and smiles on them. So other than that, we are going to, that's it. We're just going to do one little bit of shooting here. The Iron Hedgehog will shoot. For my oath targets, I picked these Dragoons over here as my first oath, and then these Dragoons as my second oath. The Iron Hedgehog moved on to the terrain here and can see the first unit. So we're going to throw those dice right now. So what we did, the Tech Marine that gets the lethal hits, touch this. We have 6 las fusel eliminators inside there. Going to shoot out from the firing deck. I'm going to use Gilliman's ability. Oh, wait, no, I can't. Never mind. I keep forgetting about this. I can't do anything because they're not damaged yet. So I'm just going to do regular shooting at them. I can't do the sustained yet because they haven't taken any damage. So we'll just do the regular shooting. But hitting on 2s goes to 3s because they're stealth.
Yes, I'm stealth. Yes.
Yes. And what toughness are they?
T7.
Okay, so we're still going to be hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s because +1 to wound in the oath target. So, all right.
I like those.
Oath rerolls. A miss here. They do still have lethals, although we're not doing anything on the 5-ups. And then 2s to wound. So you got 5 AP 3,
5
D6 damage apiece.
All right. Well, I don't have dice ready. All right, 5-up involves. Now the nice thing is my tech priest is in range. My dominus in range. I'll name every single tech priest except the correct one. My data smith is in range to blank one of these, and these are how much damage?
D6.
Okay, so it'll take at least 2 to take out 1 dragoon. So.
You can just make all your involves.
All right, and then we'll just blank this one with the data smith ability, and yeah, we're good.
Cool. The Iron Hedgehog fails again. On to DJ's turn. All right, DJ, tell us what you pulled for this turn 1.
So I got extend battle lines as well, and mark for death. And Lane, in traditional fashion, pick things I can't get to because that is the tactical play. So Land Raider. What was the other one? Gilliman. So even if I could get to these things, I couldn't destroy them. I don't have the weapons in place right now. And then I picked as my gamma these little scouts, who also are going to be my full rerolls to hit target for my army this turn to make sure I remove those because Purge the Foe, I want to make sure I at least destroy an enemy. So after we clipped the last thing, Lane went, oh, I have bolters. He shot and actually did manage to get 1 damage to stick. Well, it was 2 damage. And then I only healed 1 with the tech priest. So 1 damage is still on him, but now that means he's got a 5-up feel no pain. And this Doomcrawler over here also has a 5-up feel no pain, even though he's hanging out in the back behind the wall. So for the most part, across the board, I advanced these servitors up, and then everything else just kind of moved into position for later turns. Since Lane is only holding that center objective, I'm not too worried to have to go jumping out on other objectives, either over here or on the other side with the infiltrators. So I just left them back there. But I did put the Dune Crawler and the Scorpius in line of sight to try to pop the vehicle. Just going to kind of hope that we have enough damage with them to just pop it open and that I didn't need the oath. So that's really it. Let's do some shooting.
Oh no, not my hedgehog. DJ, tell us what happened here.
Well, first, let me give these guys something. They earned something very nice, and that's a battle shock chip.
No.
Currently battle shock. No stratagems of them at all. So shooting. Not a lot because we only had 2 things we really shoot at. So we shot with these guys. He did 7 wounds with his big neutron laser, and then finished him off with the Thermite cannon. I actually put 2 through. I think I did 7 on the dice, so 9 full damage off him on just the Thermite cannon. So cool, we picked that up. That's what his job is. He's got the strength 12. He's going to be wounding on 4s for the Land Raider, so I want to make sure that these guys are at least doing their job and picking up those things. Mm-hmm. So that's good there. We'll see how it rolls. We got las cannons coming right into our face. That's not exactly a good time, but hey, that's Warhammer, baby. Then over here, we shot with all their little pistols, and since we had full rerolls to hit, they're only strength 3, but we were able to pick up 2 of the scouts, even though they got the 3 up save and cover and the 2 wounds apiece. We still did pick 2 of them up. And then another 2 were picked up by good old Bill Zari's call right here.
They picked up 1, and Call picked up
1. Oh, he picked up 1. Okay, yeah, that's right. They picked up 1. So they got 2 wounds through. That was what it was. 2 wounds through. And then Call picked up 2 of them. Would have been 3 if he didn't roll 1 on the damage, but I could have CP re-rolled it, but I figure let's let these guys shine with their new Taser AP1 weapons. So, all right, that's where we're at now. Let's do some charging. And we got him. Charged in. Didn't pop off too heavy on the sustained, even with the re-rolls, but we did capitalize on the wound roll, only dropping like 1 of the dice, and that was plenty enough to finish them off. So we will get extend battle lines for 4, and we got our gamma for mark for death, which means we scored, 4, 5, 6 points. Oh, but Lane did score points. Oh, good. He's not getting a challenger card.
No challenger card.
They're gone. So, all right, over to Lane and his turn 2. Moving into the Marine turn 2. Lane, what are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about killing things. We are playing Warhammer after all, and it's Purge the Foe. And I pulled Storm Hostile Objective and no prisoners. So first oath is going to be this Dune Rider. Scorpius Dune Rider. Second is going to be the other Dune Rider. Let's get these Dune Riders out of here. The last eliminators stayed right where they are. The weapons are heavy, so they're just going to stand there and shoot. They naturally have stealth, so if DJ tries to shoot them in return, at least they'll be neg to hit. And then we moved up the Impulsor full of Hell Blasters, so we're going to try and blast some hell down onto this guy, see if we can do some damage to him, hopefully pick him up. Move the Land Raider forward so he can see the other Scorpius Dune Rider with his las cannons, and moved out some intercessors here so they can tangle with the guys in the middle. We'll be doing some shooting into them and charge if we need to. And then other than that, we re-embarked the aggressors. They got back into the Land Raider. Land Raider moved forward. We're going to try and shoot away some of those servitors there. I don't know.
Battle servitors.
It's a 60-point unit, but it's also no prisoner time and Purge the Foe time. So that's that. I'm going to do a little bullets. Let's do a little shooting.
All right. Lane's all excited about this or something. I don't know. So he did shoot, and I popped smoke. Both of these squads fired. Both of the, what are they?
The 2 3-mans of eliminators with the last fusils.
They shot, and the smoke actually did help. Only really took 6 damage. So we're at half health right now. Lane, what are you doing?
I'm going to do the Iron Hedgehog. So we've got Hell Blasters inside this one. It was touched by the Tech Marine that gives them lethals. Now that this is below full strength, I couldn't do it turn 1 because I forgot that the strat is only if the target's below full strength. So because he's taking damage, I can do it. So we've got 5 Hell Blasters in the Impulsor. The Impulsor was tagged by the Tech Marine to give him +1 to hit, but also is the Tech Marine that gives lethal hits. So now they are lethaling. So we're going to use Mercy as weakness. It's 2 CP. Gilman is near us, so we're going to use that his ability for 1, it'll cost us 1, down to 3. I also put the war gear on there, the orbital comms array. So I'm going to roll a d6 on a 5-up. I get the command point back. Nope. And then we've got 10 Hellblaster shots. We're gonna overcharge here. So we've got 10 Hellblasters shooting out, overcharging, hitting on 3s because you did pop smoke, but I was touched by the Tech Marine, so it goes from 3s to 2s back to 3s. Lethaling and sustained on 5-ups because we're a vehicle. That's the strat.
And sustained on 5s. Too.
Lethals and sustained on 5s.
And then you're re-rolling. Are you going to fish?
Might as well. We got some already. Feeling good. Feel good about the fishing. Oh, it punished us. We lost a couple.
Yeah.
We got 2 more 5s.
Yep.
2 more lethals.
So right now you got 6 wounds on me, and you just put 6 more dice back in the pool. So
yep, 6 more. So those are lethals. I'm going to grab 6 more dice here.
And your
strength is 8, so it's going to be 4s to wound you because we get +1 to wound into the oath target, and your toughness 10. So looking for 4s.
Iron Hand reroll.
And we got 1 Iron Hands reroll, so 3 misses, 1 reroll. Yeah, boop. So you owe me 11 saves at AP 3, but you are pop smoke, so you'll be AP 2.
AP 3 so down to AP 2, so we're looking at 4 ups on this. And how many damage are they apiece?
2.
2 damage apiece.
So I just need 3 to go through. I think we got
yeah, that looks like that. Looks like 5 went through. All right, so he is gone. So yes, Dune Rider's gone. What else should you do, Lane?
We shot the other Dune Rider. Don't like that thing either. I fired the Land Raider at it. Got it down to 4 wounds. Even threw the crack grenade from the intercessors at it. Didn't do any damage. Couldn't finish it off, but got it down significantly. And then shot a little bit into the infiltrators in the middle there and had to finish them off with a charge. That was the only combat, so we just kind of rolled it into this turn. And then both the Land Raider and the Redemptor Dreadnought shot everything they had at the
Servitor Battleclade.
The Servitors, and there's 1 Servitor.
I'm probably making up the name even.
So failed to no prisoners there.
I kept the Melt-A-Gun.
Yeah, didn't. I was hoping to get that for a kill more and a no prisoners, but no, he lived. Just DJ rolled a fair number of 6-up invulns on some of my high value shooting. Meltas and plasma incinerators and what have you.
And to be fair, doesn't really have a lot of shots, but his shots are like super damaging.
I rolled 6 on the plasma incinerator for the Dreadnought, but failed most of the hit rolls.
Yeah, that was.
So yeah, it's a dice game. That happens. So anyways, we get 2 kills for no prisoners, and we did storm the hostile objective in the middle. So that's 8 points in secondaries and starting off with 2 kills for the turn. DJ, tell me what is happening in your turn.
Well, I'm going to be aggressive. So we got Display of Might and Storm a Hostile Objective. So we're going to try, we need to get units into No Man's Land. I think I did a pretty good job of that.
You are definitely in No Man's Land.
I am definitely in No Man's Land. And we need to take an objective from you. So we started off by moving that little lone servitor who was so brave, passed his battle shock, moved him up so he could be in melter range, and Lane overwatched him.
Listen, I know it's not a great use of a CP to kill a single servitor.
It was a mean use of a CP. I mean,
we are playing Purge the Foe, so it got me another kill for this battle round. So just trying to hold DJ back on kills.
Yeah. So but also too, now it would have been a model on there. The Land Raider I picked as my Belzerius Call Oath, so we're going to try and blow that thing up. And we have the Scorpius tank, as well as our nice little Honor Dragoon Crawler with all its big guns. We got a lot of fire we're going to put into that thing, so hopefully we'll be able to blow it up. But I feel like even if we do, these aggressors are still going to stand the test of time. Would have been nice because they would have been battle shock, so we would have taken the objective away. And we could still charge them with a Dune Crawler and just get punched. But we'll see. We'll see what happens over there first. If we get lucky and blow it up with the tank, the Dune Crawler could shoot it down. So we'll see. Then we advanced all the Dragoons. So these guys advanced. We did heal back up to full health finally. So he's at full health. He's got the Feel No Pain now. And he would need a 9 to charge the Dreadnought. We'll see. He might just charge to middle and just have extra guys there. The robots moved up. Spent a command point on them to go +3 to their moves, so they were able to get out of the wall positioning and going around. And they'll charge into center too, so I know we'll take that. We're going to take that objective. That's one that we're going to be doing.
I don't know. Intercessors are tough, man.
They're switched over into the fighting they're going to switch over into the combat profile so that they get the addition. You know what? No. We're going to keep these guys in defensive profile, so they'll keep that T10 that doesn't matter actually for anything. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So we'll go the +2. Well, in the command phase, we're figuring this army out. So these guys are going to be on +2 attacks in combat when they charge in there. So hopefully they'll just pick those Marines up like it's nothing. Then closer to the other side of the table. So we left the Onager Doomcrawler sitting still. So he'll get heavy boost because we're still in the Protectorate Doctrina. So he'll get the so he's got +1 to his ballistic skill. Now he's sitting still, which is actually +1 to hit. So he's going to be hitting on 2s as his top falls over again. And then we have Doomcrawlers in position to try and clean everything else up. Got them really, really close. I don't think we'll be able to charge the dudes in the back with the las rifles, but we should be able to at least mess with those guys if we can blow up the tank first, mess with the Hellblasters. If not, just kind of get into everything's face. At least that's going to be the goal. So I think that's about it. Time to do some shooting.
All right, DJ, tell me what happened here.
So they got battle shock. That's all. And they got battle shock because I blew up the Land Raider. So I had to be very careful because if I drop this thing below 50%, Lane could have done his strat, which is called.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, the strat that it lets him shoot back.
Yeah,
it let him shoot back. So I shot with
the Ironstorm Spearhead Detachment has a stratagem that allows a vehicle to shoot back after being shot, but it has to be brought below half strength.
So I shot with the tank first, knowing that it had a little bit less damage output, and put it at 10 wounds remaining.
Went from 16 down to 10.
So that was a safe point, and then Mr. Doomcrawler poured everything into him and was able to get 2 of his neutron lasers through and finish off the tank. So Land Raider destroyed, and they're back here for now. They'll end up getting in my face, but good thing Land Raider destroyed. Awesome. Then moving into the middle, Call shot at the other Land Raider, was able to put 3 damage on it. So cool. Yay.
Upgraded gun does pretty good.
Yeah, right. And then the robots just put their flamethrowers into these guys. We took out a dude and a half, so we'll charge and finish off the rest. And then on the other side of the table, the solo Doomcrawler put all of his shots in and came up just short of taking down that transport, left it at 1 wound, and it was these guys, the good old boys right here, my infiltrators and their little 5-shot pistols that snuck one through to finish off the tank, leaving the guys on the table. So now we got stuff to charge with the goons. So now it's just a matter of making decisions on what we want to charge and where. We have no command points on a reroll, so it might change what we do with some stuff. So, all right, let's charge.
Oh, tell me what happened here, DJ.
Well, I think you should first start off. So I charged my robots, and then
Gilliman heroic intervention.
And how'd that work out for him?
Well, it was bad. I did also armor contempt. He did take two punches got through, so he's down to 4. And then, of course, he swung back. And, yeah, as you can see, there's no damage markers on these guys. I got 7 hits, wounding on 3s, and I only got 2 wounds. And then DJ made 2 of his invuln saves. So Gilliman whiffed into the big old robots.
Yep, and their bounce back only works for shooting. So, yeah, so Gilliman down to 4 like that. Did pick up the squad wholeheartedly, the flat 3 damage, and twin-linked weapons, yeah. And then over here, we did make the charge with both the squads of Dragoons, but, you know, we're not in the Assault Doctrina right now. We were still in the Shooting Doctrina, so, and I didn't spend a command point on them to put them into that Doctrina. I probably should have. So they were hitting on 4s, which unfortunately meant that we missed a ton. No sustained in there, so we did not pick up that Marine squad, sadly. And we took 4 damage back ourselves. 1 from the Marine punching us.
And the Hellblasters, the guy with the plasma pistol shot on death when he died. This squad fought first, and I pulled guys over here, and then this squad fought second, and I pulled these guys. So he couldn't even consolidate into these guys, by the way, based on the way I pulled them. But yeah, he took a little bit of damage in return from a couple pistol shots and a punch from this guy.
Yep, no bueno there. So, and then over here, we did successfully land the charge. But again, that same factor of the Doctrina not being the Doctrina we would want with these guys right now, bit us in the butt. Even our anti-walker 2-up, we put the hits onto him, but he saved it. Oh wait, he took a little bit of damage. Yeah, he did. He took a little bit of damage. I failed
3 saves. Damage 2 is a Redemptor, so reduced damage. So I took 3 damage.
So that is going to be it for my turn. I'm pretty sure I got Display of Might now for No Man's Land. We'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure I have more units in the middle than you do for Display of Might.
Sure.
And then Storm a Hostile Objective. We got this one from you.
You sure did.
So awesome. All right, we'll do Lane. Lane has moved. What do we do? What'd you get?
I pulled Tempting Target and Area Denial. Both super bad. DJ tempted me with this target over here. There's no way I can get to that. And then Area Denial, there's a bunch of big old robots in the middle of the table there. So we'll have to see. I'm going to have to charge some Tech Marines. And both Tech Marines are angry because a vehicle within 12 inches of them died. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so these guys, that's Scorpius Dune Rider down there is my first Oath target. Hoping to get that thing killed. And then my second Oath target is the robots. So, yeah, that's it.
He fell back.
What's that?
He fell back. Is he battle shocked?
The Hellblaster? No, he both. I passed my battle.
So I just got to pick up that shit. But he's good. He fell back, so now you can shoot those Dragooners.
This Redemptor came in over here, so we can shoot and hopefully pick up that Scorpius. I don't like him at all. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to come down to some dice.
So that kind of hurt. Where do you want to start with your shooting phase, Lane?
We'll start on your side of the table over here. I had oathed the Scorpius Dune Rider, Scorpius Disintegrator. That's a disintegrator, right?
Mm-hmm.
And shot him with this Redemptor. Was able to get him down and just finish him off. I forgot that even though Scorpius is wounded, he's had the feel no pain. So I got a couple of the big plasma shots through.
And I stealthed it too.
What's that?
And I put a stealth on, or I smoked on it too.
Yeah. And then it was risky because with my first Oath target, I needed to kill that before I would get my second one procced off. And that's the only thing that could shoot at him. But the Gatling cannon did come through with some dev wounds and we were able to finish it off. Next, our aggressors fired some flamers. Didn't do anything damage to him, but a couple of them put in here and finished off one of the Striders there.
Oh no, they didn't. It took all of him. That one with the feel no pain was just like nope.
Yeah, he tanked a lot of damage there. I think he tanked the feel no pains from them, and then the Redemptor was able to shoot one of them down. It did bring him out of engagement range though, so now he gets to charge there. And then over here, both the Tech Marines and Gilliman and the Land Raider shot into the robots, and we were able to get the robots down. Killed 2 of the big boys, and one of them's down to 3. So we're going to do some charges there. Over here, last few sitting still did pretty well. They were able to kill this Strider. Got this one down to 2 wounds. I threw grenades at him and only did 1. That's kind of a bummer, but I decided to put the other squad into the fresh 2-man, and we did kill 1 of those. So we got that business there. So yeah, it's charge time. I've got some charges to do. We're going to see if we can start wrecking things.
All right, so Lane did make some charges here, and well, some stuff happened. It's over here, bud.
These guys charged in here just trying to take that last wound off the Dune Crawler. Got 2 wounds through, but DJ made both of his saves. Nothing happened here. Tech Marines were both angry in the middle of the table. They were so angry because vehicles were blown up near them. So they came in and slapped real hard. 7 attacks on their axes. Strength 6, a wounding on 4s, and Iron Hands reroll, AP2, 2 damage. We're able to pick up all the robots. Weren't able to finish off the character, denying me area denial and another kill. But that's the way it goes. And then this Redemptor charged in here and kind of whiffed. Just got 1 attack through. So took him down to 4, and then he did 1 to me. So that's it. Only got 2 kills. Did a fair amount of damage, really. I mean, shooting into those robots is a big deal. Getting rid of them is a big deal. But that's it. On to DJ. Bottom of turn 3. DJ, what are you doing?
So I had to getting kind of crafty with it because I lost my robots, and I'm not happy about that. Don't like losing my robots like that. So Call's coming to play. Call's OC3, so he's going to move up on center, so we can take the center. Oh, and for our we got assassinate and bring it down. So one of these tech marines has to go bye-bye. At least one of them. Bring it down is going to be a little more difficult. So we did pick this as my Belzeri's Call at the moment target. So we're going to shoot at it with my Doomcrawler. And then we fell back with the Dragoons. Dragoons can advance, fall back, and charge. So he'll be able to charge in. We are in the Assault Doctrina. So hopefully we can push through enough damage to take him out and get those points. Then everything else just kind of moved up. Servitors moved up. They're still holding my home field objective, but barely. They can advance and shoot because they're like, why can't a 60-point unit advance and shoot? Not really too much there to really write home about, but they got guns, so why not? And then infiltrators came out to play because we need to get more onto center. We need to kind of, Gilliman's over there. We need to kind of slow some stuff down and see what we can make happen. And then both the Dragoons fell back, or one Dragoon fell back. The other one just moved up. So we're going to charge in there and hopefully do some damage to these Marines on that flank. Now, we do lose this objective for right now, but as long as we hold this one, which we should with Call and everyone over here, then we can still, then we'll be able to still prevent Lane from getting the 8 points on primary for holding more. So that's the plan. First things first. We got to shoot some guns.
Well, that was DJ's shooting phase, and nothing died. Oh, wait, no.
Got Gilliman one time.
And Gilliman did stand back up.
Kind of technically healed him because I gave him wounds when he stood back up.
Right. So how did that happen?
So Call. Call now, he instead of having melted D3, he's flat 3 on the melted profile. So I got 1 through, high damage, high strength, high AP, hit, sunk it through, and it was guaranteed at least a minimal of 4 damage. So Gilliman fell to Call in his shooting attack. And then what else did we do? Servitors, man. Let's talk about these Battlecade servitors.
Geez. No, it's not.
So this is a 60-point unit that has a heavy bolter, a heavy arc rifle, and the option of melt a gun. Then they have these little phosphor blaster things. So I put everything into that Tech Marine, and we brought him down to 2 wounds. And that coming off a little 60-point nothing squad that can advance and shoot and advance in action, it really is value. I'm going to start working on these guys to get them all cleaned up and get them modeled properly. But yeah, I'm very impressed with these guys today, all in all. Then as far as other shooting, he kind of got stuck. He no CP to re-roll, and we only did 3 damage, which got reduced down to 2. So hopefully our Dragoon can make up for that when he charges back in, since they can fall back and charge. But yeah, that was over there, and that's also what we're going for Bring It Down. And then over for my other...
You got Bring It Down. Gilliman was a monster.
Oh, he's a monster. Yeah, I got those points. Cool.
Yeah, you got both. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I got both of them with Gilliman.
Yep.
Oh, I got Assassin and Bring It Down. Wow, I didn't think about that factor. Thank you, Lane, for telling me the rules of this game.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a common saying that we often say when we're telling each other some of our rules. We're like, thank you for reminding me how to play my army. Over here, though, with these Marines over here. So we shot with the Dune Crawler that's over down ways. And because of the stealth, we didn't really do too much. We picked up 1 Marine, and then the Stubbers did some damage, put 1 on there. So that happened. And then the pistols from these guys just tried to finish off that Hellblaster because I want to get rid of him as soon as possible. And now we're going to charge. So we're in the Assault Doctrina. Hopefully this is where it matters, and we can do some damage. So let's charge.
That was a fight phase. What happened?
Well, so at the beginning of my command phase, I gave that Dragoon right there. Since he's damaged, he lost 1 of his dudes. We were able to get him full rerolls to hit. So I charged him, turned him sideways, and smacked both those Marine squads away. Happy there. We got some good sustain, made it happen. Over here, Lane made 5-ups. So we did do a decent amount of damage with him, even though he didn't have rerolls or anything. but we're not able to pick up the full squad, so we couldn't fall back onto the objective. It's okay, though, because we still do control 2 objectives. At center, Call's got a ton of attacks. Not a lot of damage from them, but he's got a lot of attacks. He tries. He tries really hard. So he only was able to... He took him down to 2 wounds. Sadly, that meant that he was able to smack back and clear most of my infiltrators. Didn't finish off the squad, but still smacked the majority of my infiltrators away. And the infiltrators did pick up that other tech marine, which is nice, so we got rid of him. And then the last of my charges was over here. We had full rerolls, so we did not proc any sustained at all. We did hit with all 4, though. But that's not enough, considering he had 6 wounds left. It meant we were not going to take him down, so we dropped him to 3. And I just sighed, thinking this Dragoon was leaving this world. And then he whiffed.
Yeah, the Redemptor whiffed on his attack. Got no wounds.
I tell you what, these 2 are just not meant to have it today. So I'm feeling like this Redemptor is going to have to come over and show his buddy how it's done. So that's it for my turn. Because of dropping Gilliman one time, that gave us Assassinate and Bring It Down. Probably going to lose center here to him, but hey, we made some points this turn. Starting off turn 4, Lane, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I got to kill everything. I kept area denial from the last turn, so I got to kill everything in the middle, and I got to bring it down. Just have to finish off any vehicle unit, which is pretty good odds there. So it looks like I'm in a good position to do that. So, yeah, kept him here. I'm hoping that maybe Gilliman can shoot him down, and then he'd be free to shoot. So we'll see. I just need to scrape 1 wound off of this guy. Gilman stepped out here, so he's going to charge into the middle. Tech Marine is still here, ready to punch this last guy to death, we hope. This Redemptor stepped up here, so he can start blasting at things. The other Redemptor is ready to start shooting. And we did put first oath on the Onager there, and then we put second oath on Belisarius Cole. I'm going to shoot some stuff.
All right, well, some of my things are gone. Lane, what'd you do?
I shot with my guns. So we started over here. The aggressors flamed away the Tech Marine. He's not a Tech Marine. What is he?
Tech Priest.
Tech Priest.
Engine Seer.
Yep. This Redemptor was able to blast the Onager. Got 3 of the plasma shots through, and then a couple dead wounds to finish him off. Chipped a couple wounds off this guy. Killed 2 of these darn servitors, I think, with the plasma.
Servitors.
Yeah.
The bane of Lane's existence.
Land Raider put some shots into this guy and did get him down to 2 wounds with the last cannons. But he put the Meltas in and finished this.
The Data Smith that was with the robots.
Yep. So now we got Call here in the middle. We got a Tech Marine, this guy. I got area denial, so I got to kill this guy, and I got to kill Call. So we're going to do some fighting. We're going to do some charges.
Oh, whoa. There's one important shot you forgot about.
Oh, yeah. This guy finished off the guy he was in combat with his bolt pistol.
Gilliman couldn't do it. He did it with the pistol.
Yeah, finished off that chicken motor.
Well, I'm not happy about that. Lane?
Me neither. I didn't get area denial. A whole lot of business.
Yeah, that's true. The infiltrator's still alive.
Yeah, a whole lot of business happened here in combat, but Gilman charged in. I did the sweep profile because I would need 3 of the strikes to go through, or 5 of the sweeps. And the sweeps had dev wounds, so I ended up getting 2 dev wound damage, but DJ spiked his saves on that and got called down to just 2 wounds. So then Call fought and tried to kill the Tech Marine. I did armor contempt there for free with Gilman and kept the Tech Marine alive. And then the Tech Marine had to kill both Call and that last infiltrator. I put 3 attacks in the infiltrator, but failed to kill him, but did finish off Call. So got 5 kills that turn, so should handily have the kill more. Whiffed on area denial, but we got to bring it down. Obviously, we brought down many things this turn. All right, what are you trying to do this turn?
All right, so I got tempting target and behind enemy lines.
I tempted you.
Yeah, I'm not going to be scoring anything. No. Not scoring anything on those. So we're just going to try to do some damage elsewise. I did try to move the last Dragoon over. He got overwatched by a Land Raider and popped 1 las cannon and finished him off.
He's gone.
So then we moved out. We got our Doom Crawler touching the objective. And he's out here so he can kind of shoot in the middle and make some decisions there, and also put his stubbers on that last lone Marine hanging out to the side. And then I haven't decided yet. I might try and insult Gilliman and drop him a second time with servitors. I really feel like that's what I want to do. Is just I want to insult.
Make you feel better.
It made me feel a lot better just to insult Gilliman and drop him with some servitors. But we'll see. I mean, there's some options on some stuff, but I'm in a very rough position. Losing that last Dragoon and not getting behind enemy lines is going to be tough on the turn. So we'll see. Let's do some shooting.
All right, getting near the end of the game here, so we're rolling the shooting phase and the combat into one. DJ, what happened?
Nothing.
Well, I think some things did happen.
Yeah.
Not things you wanted to happen.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Nothing good for me. So, like Lane said, we're getting towards the end, so it kind of comes in desperation. Losing Call last turn and having him not pick up the Tech Marine kind of was the last point on the tip of the scale for me to, at that point. So we wouldn't chuck the servitors up there, as you've seen. I was trying to insult Gilliman, and he almost did. I mean, I put a lot of wounds and made him make a lot of saves in the shooting phase. Combat, not so much. So they rushed in there, and Gilliman just smacked them and said, "Silly rabbit."
Bye-bye.
So probably shouldn't have charged him. Probably should have just left him on the objective, just to have the model count on there. But we're at that point that it's like, well, get brave, boys. The Dune Crawler wasn't able to shoot at a shot at the Redemptor, and just nothing happened. So really nothing happened that turn. I pitched Tempting Target to get a command point, and that's really about it. So go over to Lane. I think it's pretty simple to say what happened. Lane?
Well, I did auto pass Gilliman to make sure I failed the battle shock on the Tech Marine here, but I did auto pass Gilliman just to make sure I held more. And then we just blasted the Onager away, and it did go away. So did a little bit of shooting there, and that's it. So I had area denial, kept on that. So we finally, after 3 turns of trying, finally scored area denial. Engaged in all fronts because of him being here. He did pass his battle shock. I do get 2 points for engage. I did get 1 kill, but that will probably end up being kill more.
So I got one
asset.
1 lone Tech Marine. But hey, he's going to score me a couple points because I did draw a Defense Stronghold into my final turn. And so, movement phase. Shooting phase. Fight phase. Oh, I skipped the charge phase.
No.
No, that's it. Yeah, that's about it. So I did not fully get tabled. I have 1 model left. And that is about going to wrap it up. I'll score the 3 for Defense Stronghold, call it a night. And that gives us a final score. The Space Marine, Iron Hands, 80 to an AdMech 68. So we lost into vehicles, but this is shaking the rust off of AdMech. Figuring out what I want to do with them. There's a lot of positive things there and a couple things that maybe could go a different direction. So we'll check us out over in the post game. Here are our thoughts on those different things. All in all, a fun game. Definitely can see some more power out of the AdMech. I need to tweak some things, but all in all, much better for the AdMech in a most stands of reliability behind the damage. So check us out. You took
down a Land Raider when you tried to, so that's
yeah, I was able to go Land Raider needs to go, and Land Raider went. There's a couple other little things that I'll need to just some of those stuff to mull over with it. The Scorpius, let's save something for the post game. Let's save it for the post game. But Space Marines end up taking the day. Final score again, 80, AdMech 68. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.